Hi, I'm Avril. Welcome to my channel. Today's class is going to be a morning flow. Obviously, you can do this at any time of the day, but it's just the intention is to just get you up and ready for your day and for it to be kind of a shorter class. So it's also perfect for lunchtime or honestly, whatever time of the day that you want to do it. So I am going to be using 2 blocks today. If you have blocks, awesome. Just keep them handy towards the front of your mat. If you want to use books instead, please do. And if you don't have any of these things, don't worry, you don't 100% need them in any way, shape, or form. So let's get started. We're gonna start off in tabletop position. So maybe grab yourself some water. And remember, you can take breaks when you need to. You can pause the video. This is going to be a really accessible open level class. So if there's anything that you just find like you want to leave behind today, please do, and then add on and take away as you need to. So let's start off in tabletop. So set it up, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And just take a moment. So you want your neck to be long, gaze is down. We're pressing into the feet. We're lifting the low belly up and we're bringing the elbow creases towards the front of the room. From here, let's just take one round of cat-cow. So inhale to drop your belly, look up. And then exhale, press the mat away, drop your head and neck. Lift the belly up towards the spine. So just one more round, I lied. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, press the mat away. Find your cat pose, really exaggerate it. So contract. Come back to that neutral tabletop, and then let's take some cat-cows, but we're going to take hip circles as we take them. So we're going to start to circle over towards our left. So inhaling to come forward. Exhaling to come back. So if you want, you can tuck your toes under if that's a little easier for you. You can keep your eyes closed if you like, or maybe you want to look at me and just figure out where you want to go with this. So keep your head and neck nice and loose. Breathe, start to feel into any tight spots that you might have, just waking up the body. And coming to your breath, so coming to that nice ujjayi breath, deep inhales through the nose and exhaling through the nose. So there's no wrong or right way to do this. We're going to start going in the opposite direction. Maybe you notice that one hip feels a little more flexible than the other. Maybe you want to bring some padding under your knees while you do this. It can be a bit much if you're not used to being on your knees here. So keep breathing, keep going. Making these as big or as small as you need to. If you get dizzy with your eyes closed, you can always keep your eyes open. One more nice circle. Come back to tabletop. Okay, so from here, we're going to walk the feet wide, bring the big toes together, and just bring the tailbone down towards the heels. We're coming into child's pose. So walk the hands out, melt the forehead down towards your mat. So if your forehead doesn't reach down, don't worry. You can always bring your hands underneath you like this. You can stack it so that you can bring your forehead onto your hands. If you find a pulling in your low back, just means that your knees are a little too wide apart too early on in the practice, so just bring them closer together. 2 nice long deep rounds of breath here. Maybe setting an intention for this practice, an intention for your day. Okay, so let's start to roll up nice and slow, keeping your hands where they are. We're going to roll all the way through and come into a cobra pose. So maybe you need to move your knees in a little bit. So drop your hips, keep your elbows nice and bent, open your chest, and then press back, child's pose. Catch a wave here. We're not staying in this child's pose. Inhale, roll up and through. Find your cobra pose. Open your chest, press your feet into your mat. Exhale, press it back. So use your core so you're protecting your low back. And then this time, let's roll all the way up. Come through to our cobra pose. Open our chest. And slowly lower all the way down to your mat. So let's walk our hands out, almost like they're coming to like 45-degree angles, but you can keep a little bit of a bend in your elbows. Tense your palms, press into the tops of your feet, and we're going to catch another wave here. So inhale, press into your feet, roll up in your upper body, press into your hands, open your chest. Exhale, lower. So just notice, play with the width and distance of your hands. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. You might not come up high at all here, and that's okay. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press up and back. Find our first downward dog. So pedal out the feet here. Take whatever movements you need. So think about bringing your elbow creases towards the front of the room, which normally doesn't mean that they come all the way around, but it's just that idea of finding that external rotation in your upper arm bones. Spread your fingers nice and wide and draw your low belly in and up. You can bend your knees to get length in your low back. So pressing forward and away in your hands. So we're going to lift our right leg up, bend our knees, stack our hip. Try and squeeze your glutes as much as you can and try and bring that right knee as high as you can. Press into both hands evenly. Let's straighten and square that leg, three-legged dog, and then step it forward. Find our crescent lunge. So we're on the ball joint of our back feet. Feet are hip distance apart, front knee over front ankle. Inhale to reach up, find length, pinkies in, triceps forward. And then exhale, cactus your arms, open your chest. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, this time hands just come down through prayer. We're going to bring our left knee in towards our chest. So you can do it in 2 hops if you need to, or when you're ready, left knee comes in. Try and stand tall with the crown of your head, and then grab a hold of that left knee. We're going to open up to the left. Modify as you need to. Crown of the head is tall, left hand is reaching back. Okay. Bring both hands back through center, reach out, step back into your lunge. Sweep those arms up, you got it. And then open up, tall twist to your right. Draw the shoulder blades back, try and twist from your torso only. So keep your knees facing in the same direction. Left hand comes down, easy twist, right hand comes high. Maybe you want to block underneath your left hand here. Reach, reach, reach. And then we're coming into Vashisthasana, side plank. So press up and out of your left hand. If you need to use your right hand, you can. Or you can step that right foot back and stack it over the left. You can always bring that left knee down if you need to. Modified side plank. Keep breathing, stretching as far as you can. Big side body stretch and strengthener. Gaze comes down to your mat. Right hand follows. Press back to your downward facing dog. Pedal it out, catch your breath, and then other side, left leg lifts, bend the knee, stack the hip, squeeze your glutes, gaze forward, step forward, find that lunge, press into your feet to rise up, inhale, reach up, front knee over front ankle, draw the belly in, lengthen the tailbone down your back. Cactus the arms, open your chest, maybe bring your gaze up. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands come down through prayer. You know where you're going. So from here, get nice and light in your back foot. Right knee comes into your chest. Keep breathing, keep squeezing that glute to lift your knee. Grab a hold of your right knee, open up to your right. Standing nice and tall, fingers are alive. Keep breathing deeply. Okay, let's come back through center with our chest. Keep the knee up. And then kick that right leg back and find your crescent lunge. Inhale, sweep up. Got it. Easy twist. Right hand down, maybe to a block, maybe to the earth. You can always come onto your fingertips. Left hand high. Try and stack the shoulders here and keep that integrity in the knee. So don't let it come in. Don't let it go out too much. Gaze down to your mat. Press up and out of your right hand. We're coming into side plank. So step back. Maybe you bring your right leg down. Maybe use your hands to get into your side plank. Lift that right hip away from your mat. Keep breathing. Gaze comes down to your mat, left hand follows. Press back, find your downward facing dog. So we're not really doing too many chaturangas or anything this morning. So we're going to drop our knees down to our mat just for a moment. Walk the hands behind us. You can stay down on your butt to your heels. And then just open the chest. So you can come onto your fingertips, pressing your chest forward. Only drop the head and neck if it feels good. So it's almost like you're trying to bring your elbows together behind your back. Then release, walk it out, downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to take some Shakti rolls. So we're going to lift up onto our toes, draw the belly in, tuck the chin towards the chest, and then roll through into our upward facing dog. So drop the hips, but keep them lifted. Keep the toes tucked under, open your chest. If this is too much, you can do that child's pose to cobra that we did at the start. Use your core, press back, downward dog. Once more, lift up onto your toes, tuck your chin, roll all the way through. Open your chest, downward dog. Right leg lifts, step it through, find your lunge. So keep your hands on your mat, and here's where your blocks come in. So you can grab a hold of your blocks. So I like to keep them on the highest setting, even though I don't technically need to, but I just think it feels a bit better. It gives me more stability. So I bring them in line with my heel, and then we're in our lunge. So front knee over front ankle, sinking your hips down. So bringing the pelvis down more towards the mat. I'm really tight today, so this actually feels good. And then we're going to press into our hands, lift our right hip crease up and back, and find an extended pyramid pose. So if you don't have your blocks, maybe you have your hands on your mat, maybe you have them on your shin, maybe you have a nice bend in your front knee if you need it, maybe you have them like this. So try and press that left heel back. If it doesn't touch the mat, that's fine. Bend back into your knee, low lunge. So really stretching into the hip flexors, the hamstrings. Press up and back, down into your long lengthened pyramid. Once more. Bend back into your knee. And this time, drop your back knee down. You can flatten the foot. Get rid of your blocks. And inhale, reach up. Remember, you can always use padding under your knee. Reach, 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 reach. Okay, and then we're going to open twist to our right. Breathing. Option to bring that right hand down the back leg and lift that left hand up. If you feel pinching or anything, just come out of this pose. Big, big, big stretch in your back. Release. Cartwheel the arms down to your mat. Frame out your foot and step back to your downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Lengthen that low back. And then we're going to do one roll into our upward dog. So lift onto your toes, tuck your chin, roll forward inch by inch, press the mat away. Remember, you can always do the alternative ones a little easier. Press up and back, downward dog. Good stuff. Left leg lifts, step it through, find your crescent lunge with your hands down. Let's bring those blocks underneath us. Press into your hands and sink those hips down. You can open your chest up here. It's going to look different in everyone's body, and that's fine. Don't you worry about it. Inhale, let's lift that left hip crease up and back. You can drop the head only if it feels okay. Roll back through, drop the hips. Open the chest. And maybe you're just super flexible and this is absolutely fine with no blocks. I am not, but it's still fine with no blocks at all. And then press up and back. Find your triangle pose or your pyramid pose. This time when you roll through, drop the back knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let's open up to the left this time. And maybe notice twisting to one side or the other is easier. It's easier for me to twist to the left. It doesn't feel to be as much obstruction. Okay, maybe you bring that left hand down. Reach up, revolve your lunge. And then cartwheel the arms, hands come to your mat, and kick that left leg back. We're in downward facing dog. So calls for a vinyasa if you want it. So shift forward into your high plank. And then maybe you bring your knees down, or you can lower all the way onto your belly. Hug the elbows into the side body. Flatten the feet. Inhale to your cobra or your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, look forward. Maybe you walk or maybe you step to the front of your mat and come to ragdoll forward fold. Don't really need the blocks anymore. So feet are hip distance apart, grab opposite elbows, bend the knees, rock side to side. Release the hands down to the mat, bend the knees a little more, tuck the chin, and then inch by inch, we're gonna roll all the way up. Extended mountain, reach high. Exhale, hands come down through prayer. You can bow your chin to your chest for a moment. Just feel that rise and fall of your breath, the effect of the sequences on your body. Waking up, energizing your whole body. Okay, so from here we're coming into chair pose. So you can bring your feet together, hip distance, whichever you prefer. I prefer my feet together. And then we're gonna sink into your hips, reach your hands up. So they don't have to be super high if that's too much for you. It's more of a counterbalance that you're looking for. So still, pinkies in, triceps forward. You can bring your hands to prayer. You can also just bring your hands to cactus if your shoulders are hurting. Keep breathing, gaze down, make sure you can see your toes. Okay, fun part. I'm gonna come all the way down. You can bring your hands to your mat if you need to help yourself to get onto your bum. And we're coming into Navasana. Boat pose. So you can grab behind your thighs, loop your shoulders so your chest is open. I like to gaze up. And you can stay grabbing behind your thighs, or you can just open your arms up, palms face towards the sky. Keep breathing. Won't be here for long, so just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let your feet come back down to the mat. Bring your hands behind you so fingertips face your bum. Feet are going to come hip distance apart. And we're going to take reverse tabletop. So press into your hands, press into your feet, lift up. Drop your head and neck or keep it neutral, whichever feels better. Squeeze your glutes, press your hips up, press the mat away, and breathe. Make your way all the way back down. Okay, we're going to come into a single leg forward fold. So you can bring your left leg out first. Bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Sit up nice and tall so that you're facing towards that left leg. You can flex the left foot. Gets more into your calf too. And then on an inhale, reach up. And then exhale, fold forward. So don't worry about if this knee is coming up or anything. That's okay. That just depends on your body and your hips and everything. It's more about what it feels like. So are you finding that stretch in your hamstring? You're relaxing your head and neck. So breathe deeply. Starting to slow down the breath. And you may bend your knee. If you need to bend that left knee, absolutely do. I know I'm feeling really tight today. I know I've said it a few times, but this practice has been feeling really good. So slowly start to walk your hands up. Engage your core. And we're going to come into seated pigeon pose. So we're going to bring the sole of that left foot down to the mat. We're going to cross that right ankle over the left. So I like this version of pigeon because you can control how deep you go. So you keep that right foot flexed, and then you can keep your hands, if you're like, oh my God, my shoulders are like up by my head, you can keep your hands back a little bit more and walk your foot in. So keeping your chest open, maybe you come closer. The closer you get, the more intense it's going to be. So just play with it, and I also like to find a little movement here. And then let's take that little sequence on the other side. So unravel your legs, maybe just bring them down to the mat and just windshield wiper them from side to side. And then that right leg's gonna come out. Sole of the left foot comes towards your left right thigh. Draw the belly in, inhale to reach up. And then exhale to fold, reach forward. Relaxing your head and neck. Breathing deeply here. Maybe you notice one side's a lot tighter than the other. And that's completely okay. Usually it's one side is stronger, one side is more flexible. It's just something that you know you can work on. Keep breathing. Slowly let's roll it up. Same thing as we did at the other side. Cross that left ankle over that right knee. Sole of that right foot comes down to your mat. And then find your version of seated pigeon on this side. I really like to have that sway in my hips. It helps me get into my hip a little deeper than I would otherwise because this side is quite tight. And it's a good way in case you have knee pain to do this pose because you can really control how much that knee is going to be bent. Keeping your chest open. And let's release. Come all the way onto your... Actually, let's bring the legs out long first and just tap them down a little bit. Just release all of that sequence. Come all the way onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. Be happy. You can either just stay where you are and bring the knees up towards your armpits if that's enough. The outside edges of your feet and kick your feet into your hands. Or pinky toes or big toes getting grabbed by your peace fingers. Elbows inside the knees. Tailbone down towards your mat. Rock a little side to side. Relax the head and neck. Slowing down. Finding that nice deep stretch. If your head and neck are straining, I definitely just think you should probably stay here for the time being. You'll get a little deeper as time progresses. Okay, so let's bat our eyelids open. Let's roll up nice and gently to easy seat, Sukhasana. Front of our mats, you can sit on a block or you can sit cross-legged or you sit on your heels. So we always like to finish these classes that are a little quicker, not lying down in Shavasana because we don't want to fall back to sleep. But if you want to take a Shavasana lying down, completely relaxing, absolutely do. Otherwise, let's sit up nice and tall. Let's open our palms up to receive on our knees. Bow our chin towards our chest slightly. And just take a moment to notice any shifts that have occurred. Do you feel energized? Do you feel ready for your day? Do you feel a little more stretched out, a little more open? You can revisit your intention and think about how you want your day to go. And then let's bring our hands to prayer. We're going to seal in the practice with a nice deep breath in through our nose and exhaling out through our mouth. So let's inhale together. Thank you guys so much for sharing your practice with me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We bow and say namaste. Great, guys. Let me know how the practice went for you. And if you enjoy these kind of shorter practices, let me know. I definitely feel like they're getting a little more traction on the channel and stuff. So I personally really like them to fit them into my day and kind of just in and out, get my yoga done and feel good. So yeah, let me know if you have any requests for classes, give me some feedback, reach out. I would love to hear from you. If you like the class, please like it on YouTube and subscribe and check out my Instagram too. It's Avril Dalton Yoga. So yeah, have a great day and thank you for practicing with me. I hope to practice with you again. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.